Zacks Rank Buys, stocks with a short-term buy or strong buy recommendation. Now, here are more Zacks Rank Buys. Let's find value in a couple of more stocks, shall we, with Tracy Reinick, our value stock analyst at Zacks.com. Got a couple here that you brought with you for our visit here today. Lubrizol Corporation is one, LZ, the ticker symbol.
Yep.
They're in the chemicals industry. I thought they were just oil.
No. Mm-mm.
They're more than just oil.
Right.
Okay.
That's
probably going to be their next slogan if they're
right.
watching.
They do specialty chemicals, which is like additives that go into engine fuels and things like that. And they're interesting because they're kind of been the building blocks of this recovery to some extent.
Okay.
A lot of their the lubricants that go into that goes into manufacturing and things, and that has really, obviously their volumes have really declined, but at some point you have to restock those volumes, and you have to keep the machines going at some point.
Right.
So we're starting to see restocking there, so volumes are starting to pick up. Last quarter it was still year over year below what they did last year, but they're seeing quarter over quarter increases now, and they've been increasing their estimates, their guidance. They did it last quarter where they came out a couple of weeks ahead of earnings and said, this is what we're going to earn, and it was way above what the analysts were at. And then a couple of weeks, just a few weeks ago, they also gave better than expected earnings guidance for the rest of the year. We don't yet know on the quarter, but for the rest of the year. So the estimates are really trending up on Lubrizol right now.
Okay.
To be in line with the year that they gave, which they raised to about 610 to 635, I think it was, or 640. So they're, the analysts are all towards the upper end because they've been so hot the last couple of quarters. They're announcing on October 29th, so we have a little bit of time before we see what's happening with them. But the stock isn't very expensive here. It's trading a little bit over 11 times earnings. And with this kind of growth rate, it actually has a low PEG ratio, which is kind of unusual for the value to have both the value and the growth. Yeah. And the stock has been crazy. It's hit a low of around $23 in March, and then it soared almost 3 times. That, and it's still going up because the estimates and everything looks good with this company right now.
All right. You also find value in Corinthian colleges, COCO, the ticker symbol.
Yes. Another different kind of area, obviously.
Yeah.
But
they're not just oil.
No.
Not oil at all.
Exactly. Post-secondary education, and I've talked a couple times about the education companies. And this one does associate's degrees, bachelor's degrees, master's degrees in various areas like healthcare, criminal justice, business, technology, areas that, are growing. And with the economy, the company has said, obviously, people are going back to school. And they've seen, like a lot of the other education companies, a huge uptick in their student enrollments. It's just, they've been on fire, basically. They aren't trading very expensive right here. They're about a little over 13 times earnings. They've beat 3 quarters in a row. We're going to see also on October 29th, the same day as Lubrizol, whether or not they're going to beat for the 4th time. Their chart is a little crazy. They hit a low back in October, so just about a year ago now, and then they really bounced off of that, and then they had a big downturn, and they've been kind of trading sideways. But revenues were up 24% in the last quarter year over year. Or 29%. Their student growth rate was 24%. I mean, these are just huge numbers, and the analysts are looking at like 59% growth we're going into fiscal 2010 for them now. So they too have the value side, but they also have the big growth component. So it's kind of an interesting story right now.
I got my degree through the mail.
You
Does
did
it show?
Well.
Don't have to answer that question. Do you own either of these two?
I do not.
All right. Check out more Zacks Rank Buy stock pick ideas for you on our homepage, Zacks.com. Over in the upper right-hand corner of that homepage, we post 4 new stock ideas, one in each of the investment categories that we list each day. With Tracy Reinick, I'm Terry Ruffalo.